Hello there folks, welcome back to my tying bench. And today in this tutorial I'm going to tie you up a fly that you're probably quite familiar with, the chubby chernobly. But this version is the mini version of that guy. It's called the mini chernobly. And I'm tying this one up in an orange color. As you know, you can tie it in an array of different colors. It's a very good attractor pattern, and it's also well used for a dry dropper pattern as well, for hanging a nymph underneath. It's a high floating fly. So I thought you might like to see this guy tied up, so I'll get him a device, a new hook in, and I'll get going here. Okay, for the hook I'm using a mustad 9671. I'm tying on a size 8 here. So I'll get that locked down here on the vise. Okay, and for thread I'm using UTC 140 in a white. Now, first thing I want to do, just start the thread a ways down behind the eye here, just rake a few wraps down. I'm going to snip that tag end off. Now for the tail I'm using some crystal flash in the root beer color, and I have about 5 strands here. And I'm going to tie those in right on top here, just like so. Okay, make a couple wraps and then I'll fold those. And we'll wrap back towards the barb here. Just like so. Tie them down good and snug. And we'll stop right in front of the barb, then wrap forward a few wraps. Now, I'll snip the tail about hook gap length or a little better. We'll snip that. And there's our tail. Now, the next step, I'm going to start to dub the body. And for this guy, I'm using some orange dubbing. It's Senyo's laser dub, but you can use any orange dubbing if you're tying the orange version. Just what I chose to use for this guy. So we're going to begin to dub the body here, and usually you'll take a few dubbing noodles before you get it all dubbed up here. Okay, so we'll start this one on first. I'll wrap back and then forward towards the eye here, and you want to stop just behind the eye, just like so. Now I'm going to put some more dub on. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Come back, and I like to sort of try to taper this body a little bit thicker in the middle and thinner towards the ends. So, okay, one more little shot of dubbing here, and that'll be the body complete. Just dub a little bit more of that on. Okay, and we'll wrap back. Alright, then I'm going to bring my thread just a bit in front of the hook point there. And just trim that long fiber out. Now, for the body I'm using some orange, a small orange foam cylinder. You can buy these all different colors and sizes. But if you can't get these or you don't have these, just use regular fly foam or craft foam. Just cut a strip about the width of the hook gap and use that if you can't get a hold of these foam cylinders. So, okay, next step, I'm going to place that so it's just, I want it to come back almost to the end of the tail there. And we'll come up around, pinch that, make a couple wraps. Then I'm going to make several wraps because I want to get a nice flat base there to attach my legs and wing. I'm wrapping back as I wrap towards the back. Then forward a few wraps, just like so. Snug that down. Okay, that's fine right there. Now, for the legs, I'm using some cream colored round rubber hackle. And I've had one length here for one. Now what I'll do is get both sides in one at one time. I'll just fold that so you get a loop like that, and then just take it, set it up at the halfway point on top, make a couple loose wraps, and then just adjust it, pull each side down on the side so you got a leg on each side, just like so, and just check it there. It looks good. Okay, then you want to make some snug wraps, snugging that down good. Just check that it didn't pull down on your, okay, that looks fine. Okay, now next, our wing, I'm using some white poly yarn. So I got a section here, just one strand of it, so we'll tie that in for the rear wing, keep that right on top. And I'm just going to check, make sure that's on the center. That looks good right there. Pull down, make a couple wraps there, and then we're going to wrap back on that a couple wraps. just like so, and just watch your legs that you don't tie them, they don't slide down on you as you wrap them back. Then wrap forward once again. Okay, there's our first wing, but of course I'm going to trim those afterwards. So, alright, now I'm going to take some more dubbing to cover up those thread wraps. So we'll grab some more dubbing here, dub that on. Okay, now we just want to cover up our thread work here, just like so, and also wrap back towards the wing a little, try to lay it back a little bit more. Okay, check underneath, that looks fine. Now some more dubbing, and like I was saying, you can see it takes quite a bit of dubbing to finish them off, but okay. Now make one more wrap there. Just check my legs, make sure they didn't move. Lift the front, lift that up, and wrap some dubbing in front. Wrap back a couple wraps like so, and then we'll come forward again. Now I'm going to pull this back and fold it back out of my way like so. Now some more dubbing on the thread. Okay. Okay, now we'll wrap that forward. Just a touch more dubbing, and that'll be it for the dubbing part. Okay. Just come back and forward once again, and I want to stop right behind the eye like so. Next I'll fold that cylinder roll head, pinch it, and right where my thread stops there I'm going to come around, pull straight down. Then I'm going to wrap back several wraps to get a thread base there to attach my legs once again, just like so. There we go. Okay, same thing again. Another piece of the rubber hackle. Fold it. Going to come around here, right on top, like so. About halfway point on the rubber hackles where you tie it at. When you wrap around, then I'm going to slide those down on the sides, just like so here. Okay, and I'm going to wrap back some more, and then forward. Check them, make sure they didn't move on me. It looks good. Okay, and we'll attach the next wing. So I have another piece of the poly yarn here, same deal. I'm going to tie that in right on top. Make sure it's centered. Then I'm going to wrap back a couple wraps on it, just like so. That looks good. Right there. Check my legs once again, make sure they didn't move. They look good. Alrighty, so some more dubbing to cover up those thread wraps. Okay, just dub another noodle on the thread here. And we'll cover this up. And we'll wrap back on that little ways. Okay, a little more dubbing to finish this guy off. Make another noodle here. Okay. Okay, a couple wraps. Just turn the device so I can see what I'm doing a little better here. Alrighty, now we're going to lift this up. And see that dubbing I got left, we'll finish it off there. Wrap behind the eye, just wrap back like so. Just need enough room for a whip finish is all. There we go. Okay, this guy's pretty much done here. We just gotta, all we got left to do is a whip finish, and we got some trimming left to do. So I'll come in my whip finisher, hold that back, get 4 or 5 turns on this guy here. There we go. Finish that off, snug it down good, and I'll come up with the scissors this time and snip that. Okay, so all we got left to do is to trim our wing and our legs and some head cement on them. So for the wings, I like to go down on an angle and cut those wings like so. So there's sort of how I trim my wings. Just keep them on a slight angle. I'm going to take my little dubbing brush here and just brush those wings out a little on each side here. Okay, so now I get a little better view. Gonna cut that just a tad bit more. Alright, that's fine for the wings. Now, snip the front legs in the middle here. Then I'm going to fold this guy, the back legs, back around here and trim that in the center. And we have our legs. As you can see, they're quite long, so I got to trim these guys all up to about the same length. So trim him, keep them all about the same. Don't want them too long for this small of a fly. It's not too bad, still a little bit longer than what I like, so a little more trimming here. And we'll cut these back ones a little bit more. And the rear legs. There we go. That should be fine. Now, one more step. I'm going to bring in some head cement here and put a shot on those thread wraps. Just like so. And underneath as well. Let that soak in there good. Okay, just check my legs, see if they need any adjusting. They're good. Alrighty. Well, there we have it. There's another size 8 mini Chernobyl. Very effective fly. It's tied at much larger sizes, of course, but I thought you might like to see this mini version. If you're fishing some smaller water, smaller streams. And like I was saying, also it's very, it's tied in a variety of different colors. Just change up your foam, dubbing, and your wings. It's just a very good fly overall. So anyway, once again, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. And like I always say, thank you very much for watching. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. And throw in a like too if you wish. Appreciate it. And until next time, stay safe out there. Happy tying, folks. And I shall see you again soon.